They were almost out of the race, and then Femke Bol took over. The Netherlands looked to be fighting from behind in the women's 4x400m relay. Great Britain was pushing hard. Jamaica was right there. And with the finish line approaching, it looked like the Dutch team might have to settle for another medal. But then came Femke Bol. The moment the baton reached the Dutch superstar, everything changed. Bol launched a breathtaking final surge, closed the gap, and with only a few meters remaining, she powered past the competition to give the Netherlands gold. It wasn't just a victory. It was another reminder of why Femke Bol has become one of the most feared relay runners in the world. So how did the Netherlands pull this off? And what made Bol's final stretch so spectacular? Let's break down this incredible finish. The Netherlands enter with huge expectations. The Netherlands came into the 4x400m relay with plenty of experience. This wasn't a team hoping to surprise everyone. This was a squad that knew exactly how to compete under pressure. The Dutch women have built one of the strongest relay programs in international athletics. Their recent record includes world-level success, Olympic silver, European titles, and major indoor medals. World Athletics has described the Netherlands as one of the strongest relay nations in the field. And at the center of that success is Femke Bol. Bol has already established herself as a world champion in the 400m hurdles and one of the most accomplished relay runners of her generation. She also owns the world record in the indoor 400 meters at 49.17 seconds. So when the Netherlands needed someone to deliver on the final leg, there was only one obvious choice: Femke Bol. The race starts at a blistering pace. From the opening leg, the pace was intense. Every team knew that there would be very little room for error. In a 4x400m relay, every athlete has one job: run their lap, protect their position, and deliver the baton cleanly. One mistake can completely change the race. The Netherlands stayed close to the leading teams. Great Britain looked dangerous. Jamaica was also fighting hard. Poland remained competitive. And with every exchange, the tension continued to build. The Dutch team couldn't afford to panic. They had a plan: stay close, keep the gap manageable, and save their biggest weapon for the final leg. The baton reaches Femke Bol. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. Femke Bol received the baton, but she wasn't in the perfect position. The Netherlands had work to do. The leaders were ahead, and Bol had only one lap to change the entire race. This is where relay racing becomes completely different from an individual event. There is no time to slowly build momentum. There is no second chance. You have one lap, one opportunity, one final push. And Bol immediately went to work. Bol starts chasing. Bol didn't immediately throw everything away. Instead, she began closing the gap. Step by step, meter by meter. She stayed controlled through the early part of the lap. That was crucial, because the 400 meters is a race of speed, but also of energy management. If you attack too early, you can pay for it in the final straight. Bol knew that. She stayed composed. She kept moving forward. And as the final bend approached, the gap started disappearing. The Dutch team suddenly had hope. The crowd could see it. The leaders could see it. And most importantly, Femke Bol could see them. The final bend changes everything. Then came the decisive moment. Bol entered the final part of the race with the leaders still ahead. But she was closing rapidly. Bol's 2026 season has taken another turn. What's particularly interesting about Bol in 2026 is that she has expanded her individual focus. After dominating the 400-meter hurdles for years, Bol announced a move toward the 800 meters for the 2026 season. And she has already shown serious potential. At the FBK Games in June, she won the women's 800-meter in 1 minute and 57.41 seconds, taking her first outdoor victory over the distance. That development makes her relay performances even more fascinating. She's not simply relying on one type of racing anymore. She's expanding her endurance. She's learning new race patterns. And she's becoming an even more versatile athlete. The mindset behind the comeback. Perhaps the biggest lesson from this race isn't even physical. It's mental. When Bol received the baton, the Netherlands weren't comfortably ahead. They had to chase. A lot of athletes might panic in that situation. They might attack too early. They might burn too much energy. But Bol stayed composed. She trusted her ability. She waited for the right moment. And then she attacked. That's what separates elite athletes from everyone else. It's not just how fast you can run. It's knowing when to run fast. Bol understood that perfectly. What this means for the future. So what does this victory mean moving forward? For the Netherlands, it is another statement. They remain one of the strongest relay teams in women's athletics. For Femke Bol, it is another highlight in an already extraordinary career. And for the rest of the world, it's another warning. Because even when the Netherlands aren't leading early, the race isn't over. Not while Femke Bol has the baton. And that's exactly what makes Dutch relay races so dangerous. Femke Bol did it again. A difficult position. A huge deficit. A pressure-packed final stretch. And somehow she found another gear. The Netherlands are once again celebrating a major 4x400m victory. And Bol's incredible finish will be remembered as one of the defining moments of the race. But now I want to hear from you. Was this one of Femke Bol's greatest relay finishes? And with Bol now exploring the 800 meters while continuing to dominate relay competition, how much more can this Dutch superstar achieve? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Femke Bol news, Netherlands relay updates, and the biggest moments from world athletics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.